Okay, so I'm here with Howard Gorman, and you're on the website ppsf.co.uk.
That's right.
So can you just first of all give us some background information about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Originally from Huddersfield. I don't know.
Fairly exciting upbringing in Huddersfield. Doesn't sound too inspiring. You're basically living in Spain now, so Huddersfield never held you there all that time, no?
Not really. Not even my parents. My parents have got a house in Malaga now, so they're not there either anymore.
Right. Uh-huh.
But no. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in Huddersfield. I went to school in Bradford. Then ended up in university in Middlesex, and then I ended up in Spain because I did a year abroad as like an Erasmus student for 1 year in Bilbao.
All right.
The Basque country rather than Spain.
So just being a year in the country and living in Spain, and basically give you the inspiration to go and move there permanently.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a year studying, but I just ended up drinking plenty of Rioja wine and speaking English rather than Spanish.
Yeah.
And, but then I had to go back for 1 year though to finish my degree.
Yeah.
And then there was some students came over to Middlesex as like an exchange, and one of them ended up being my girlfriend. And I ended up coming back here because of that.
All right. So it's kind of just a thing you never really planned it then. It just kind of worked out like that.
No, I didn't even know where Bilbao was until I landed at the airport.
Right. Then I'm here. So you had the website before, and I said it's called PPSF. What did that stand for originally?
It was quite a sad story.
Yeah. So tell us.
Originally, it was quite a bit. I like playing video games.
Uh-huh.
So I was on quite a few different Facebook groups. One of them was pure PlayStation fans, hence the PPSF. And the guy, they were trying to sort out a website, so I was trying to help out, and the guy who was sorting it out for them made a mess of it.
All right.
I hope he's not watching this. And I just took over. I hadn't got a clue how to set up a website or anything. I've never done it before.
So how far gone was the website? Was he using WordPress, and the site was quite?
We had like we had a designer. He had a WordPress site, I think he was. But he was just like really. He wanted it all perfect, and he wanted to like all the stuff like really organised, and it didn't work. It was just too top heavy, and it just didn't work out at all. So I decided to take over.
And was that purely for PlayStation? It was purely for people talking about PlayStation games.
That was just people talking about gaming and stuff. So I thought, right, I'll try to help them out. I like gaming. I'll sort out the site. And I thought, well, while we're at it, I'll try and get a bigger audience. So I started to bring in a bit of stuff with comedians, a little bit of music, and I got a few groups, and just to try and get a bit bigger audience, really.
So was that really not long after you took over it that happened? Basically, when you done the open spot comedy, was that just quite soon after that you were running it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was now. I started it off. I started off with the video games. I worked for Gaming Target, which was another gaming site. That didn't really work out very well. And then I don't know, the comedy started to take off. I got a few interviews. I think the first one was Patrick Monahan. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of took off from there. I thought, right, I think it's a good idea to start promoting people who need more promoting. And I just came up with the idea of the .comedy spot, and it just seemed to people were interested in doing it. Yeah. And it just kind of took off from there, really.
Yeah, just the kind of right place at the right time and the right idea. People kind of invested in.
I just thought it was a good idea to as I've been getting a few interviews with fairly well-known comedians, I thought it would be a good idea to mix the two together so that people who aren't so well-known could get a bit more recognition, really. So before the open spot, you were actually interviewing comedians and doing a bit of music stuff on the site at that point? Yeah, I was interviewing, I'm into my indie band, so I thought, well, try it out with indie bands, and they were really up for doing interviews, even though I wasn't really they were like, I don't know what PPSF is, and I'm not really into video games, but they were up for it, so they were up for a chat. How
did you approach these people? I mean, did you just go to their website and contact them directly, or
Facebook and Twitter, really. It was a pain in the ass. I was just asking them if they'd do it. But thankfully most of them were up for it, especially the comedians and the bands. They're really up for interviews and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, there is that much kind of competition these days. You know, online there's people got access to so much stuff, so any publicity for these guys, they're willing to look at it.
Yeah, especially the comedians and the smaller groups. So it's so it's bad. And I've just started up I've just started the forums up, and I'm going to start trying to get every week a competition, trying to get 10 different groups to post a track on the forum, and then I'll get the people to vote there as well. So that's another way that we can try and get like unsigned bands out there a bit as well.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Just different things to try.
Yeah. So basically, you started open spot comedy, then you went Twitter crazy and told everybody, and then you got people for that, and you seem to connect with quite a lot of people in a reasonably short space of time. And then the next time,
it was quite strange. I don't know, mainly Facebook. Yeah, but I was friending people on Facebook that I didn't really know, which you're not supposed to do. But I don't know. I got my face out there a bit, got people to know me, and it just seemed to take off. It's been pretty good. Really, I didn't expect it to do that at all.
Yeah, because you came to the Edinburgh Festival this year.
That's right, yeah, I was just going to say, because I was in Edinburgh and I was speaking to the editor of the British Comedy Guide while I was up there, and he said that in 6 months I've done pretty much what he did in about 6 years, so I was really happy when I said that, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's a lot more stuff that I can use on the internet now than there was 10 years ago, because they've been going about 10 years, I think. But I don't know, I think we've done really well for it. We've only been up since April, so it's gone really well since then.
Yeah, but it's definitely, I mean, you seem to be communicating and got new interviews with comedians and bands and new albums coming out that you get first reviews on. So, I mean, it's a lot of interest.
I'm trying to get into some movie stuff as well. It's a bit more difficult. We've got a couple of interviews sorted out, and I don't know. We'll see if we can do anything with that.
And what was your time in Edinburgh like? You went there with a press pass. How did you manage to get one of them?
PPSF again.
Yeah, I've got a website.
I'm sure that, but basically they just wanted, if anyone's written anything about Edinburgh, if they got anything comedy related, they would just go straight back and say, yeah, no problem.
Alright.
And before we actually went to Edinburgh, there was only me and another writer, Jake. That was the only two of us that were actually doing the site. And since then, I think there's 27 of us now writing for the site or sorting things out. So it's suddenly built up.
And did you have a good time in Edinburgh? What did you get up to there?
Very, very hectic, really. I was there halfway through for like 4 days, non-stop. It was like waking up at 10 o'clock, interviews, shows. I bumped into people, bumped into you, but it was just impossible to really be able to sit down and have a chat with anyone. It was just really, I really enjoyed it, but it was just really hectic.
But give you a flavour of a good chance to meet people, yeah?
No, definitely, I want to go back. I've convinced my wife to come back with me next time, so.
Alright.
So I go there a bit longer.
Alright. You can't spend too long away from the kids, basically.
No, I don't want to. No, but I think if I go back next time, I'll go for at least a week. It depends. We're also trying to think of sorting out some kind of a show. I don't know whether it'll be a week long or if it'll be the whole month. See if I can convince my wife and see if I can convince some people to maybe sponsor it. I saw something, I don't know, we'll just try and get there anyway. It'd be like a variety show or something like that, really.
Alright. Yeah, well, a mix of different, a bit of music, singer, songwriter, comedian, storyteller.
Yeah. Maybe even a bit of burlesque. I was surprised how much burlesque stuff was going on over in Edinburgh.
Alright.
It was really quite a big thing over there.
Yep, I was watching highlights from a burlesque show actually last night on the internet, so it's something very different, yeah?
The thing that got me, I went to see, what was it called now? Lily the Scarlet. She had a variety show there, I don't know if you went to see it.
No, I've never seen it.
And she's the boy with tape on his face's wife.
Alright, okay.
She did like a variety show, and he was on it as well, and then there was a mixture of burlesque, magicians, it was like a mixture of all kinds of stuff, so I just thought that'd be a good idea to do something like that if we could do.
Yeah. You also mentioned to me about kind of trying to run a comedy club in Newcastle or something like that. You mentioned that one time.
Yeah, well, there's a comedy friend of mine, Simon...
Donald.
What's his name now?
Donald.
Simon Beckwith.
Right.
He's sorting one out which starts on the 17th, starts this week.
Alright, and have you got your name involved in that?
Not exactly, no. He's sorting it all out, but what we're going to do, we're going to try and get a few of the videos from the .comedy spot and try and get them up on there. He was in touch with me this morning actually, he said he wants to try and get a couple of short sketches or videos, just to like mix it in with some live stand-up.
Alright, that'd be interesting.
So, get so just to start off, we'll get like a couple of 5-6 minute videos shoved in there.
Yeah.
He wants to, and he wants to have a look at the Humour Centipede, which I'm hopefully going to get posted tomorrow if I can get a chance to edit it tonight.
That's been in the back burner for a while, that one.
That's been in the back too long.
So tell us a little bit about that, the Human Centipede. What's the concept behind that?
The Human Centipede is basically, we're joining about it started off as 60-second videos. But a few people started sending me a little bit longer because they couldn't fit it in. So it's going to be like it's a combination of different comedians talking about the same topic. Mm-hmm. All that kind of diverges halfway through to a completely different topic. But no, hopefully we'll get like 10. Sorry?
Originally you were sending each person's recording to the next one, so it would kind of be a continuation, but you just
that's right. It started off like that, but it was just a complete disaster. It was my fault actually. I did it about 2 days before the Edinburgh Festival.
Oh yeah.
So like the first few comedians sent stuff back, and then it was just like
my head's flaccid. Can't deal with that
for the whole month, and I just kept saying I'll send you it back, and it was just impossible. So I just decided to post on the Facebook page and said just send us videos about this topic, and we'll take it from there. Uh-huh. And I've got about 10 videos for the first topic, so I think with a bit of luck, if I shove it all into the program tonight, I should get it up tomorrow.
It's a new video editing software. You're ready to go.
I hope so. No, it worked out because the video I did for the kidney charity, I did that overnight, so I should have it up by tomorrow. I hope so. Anyway, I want to get it up online as soon as possible.
Uh-huh. So tell us a little bit about that as well. What's your involvement with the kidney charity? Who's running that? And you've got quite a lot of people involved. Are you getting everybody involved, or is it a mixture of people just spreading the word?
No, not at all. No, I was asked to help out. It was comedian Nick Banks is the guy who sorted it out because he's got a friend whose little boy has got kidney problems. So his way of saying thank you to the hospital is to sort out this walk across Hadrian's Wall, which is towards the end of March next year. I think it's 6 nights of comedy. There's loads of comedians: Patrick Monahan, Abby Roberts.
So what do you mean 6 nights of comedy? Are they going to be telling jokes when they're walking over this wall, or?
No, the actual walk is going to be a while, but I'm sure I'll be a laugh with all the comedians there. But no, it's actually every night there's going to be we're going to stop off at different places, and they're going to be putting on a comedy, live comedy show with all the good comedians. So instead of stand up, it'll be sit up because it'll be knackered by the time we get there. Yeah. I think it's about 14 miles a day.
All right.
But no, I wasn't actually directly involved. Nick asked me if I could write an article for him on the website, and then I gave him the idea to do a video with getting all the comedians involved that we could, and try and get I kind of based it on the Humour Centipede really. That was I just thought, right, let's amalgamate a lot of videos together.
It's quite good. Some of them were quite funny, and some of them were played it straight, so it was quite a good mixture.
Yeah. It was quite difficult to decide what to do. I was talking to Nick, and he's like, I don't know whether there should have been more of a comedian on there or not, but I thought because I was the one organising it, I had to play it straight really, so he played it straight. It's quite...
Yeah, he had to play it straight, I guess, but there was a mixture of the comedians, some were playing it straight, some comedy. So it was an entertaining video,
Yeah, well, I even made an appearance. I wasn't really up for it. I'm not particularly well skilled in comedy on video, but I tried. I thought, I might as well give it a shot.
Well, I didn't think you looked out of place.
No.
So you can relax.
So the Stuart Farrell off the Not Comedy Spot, he thought, I thought you were shorter.
So basically, you've got the centipede. This walk's coming up, and you've got another thing. I believe is a Park Bench has started up something new as well.
Park Bench, yeah.
And he's come up with this thing called Newsweek.
Newsweek, that's right. Yeah, he said it's my baby, but it's his baby. He sorted it all out.
Uh-huh. So that's just basically commenting on the week's news, and you're going to have.
It's basically we just want people to send in either videos, MP3s, or even just like little scripts. They'll all get mentioned at the end of the show, and Parkbench will be the host, and we'll probably try and get an anchor as well. We've got a couple of people interested in being the anchor for that. And then we might try and get a few people out on the street interviewing.
All right.
Maybe a weather girl or weather man or different things. We're just trying to sort it out. But I mean, we put a pilot. Parkbench did a little pilot the other day, which I think you've seen already now.
I've seen, yeah.
Which was, I thought it worked pretty well. I think it'd be quite good if we get a few people's input on that. I think it'll work quite well.
Yeah, what was that program with Chris Morris? He used to have kind of something based on the news. The day-to-day. The day-to-day.
Don't have day-to-day, no. I think Parkbench, he based it on, I can't remember the program is now. There's a radio show where people send stuff in.
Alright.
I can't remember. Because I'm not living over there. I don't really listen to the radio and stuff. But no, he said there's a program where people send in stuff for a radio program, and they get some of them get chosen, and they make them into a show every week. But no, yeah, it'll be something like that really. Deadlines on Thursday night. I just posted it on Facebook.
Yeah. So it sounds to me
it should work.
Like it's quite organic, this thing. It seems to just be growing and people getting ideas and contributing. So it's like a kind of hub, this format of creative people, be it movies, music, comedy. If somebody gives you a good idea, you'll put it out there and then run with it, see how it goes. Try.
Yeah, no, so far it's worked okay. I was a bit dubious about the .comedy spot first, because I was like, trying to get 6 or 7 videos in such a short space of time, and I thought, well, I'll leave it until I get plenty of videos. But there wasn't much feedback at the beginning, so I thought, sorry, I'll just get on with it.
Yeah.
And I managed to run, I think it was 8 weeks. We managed to run 8 weeks on tour, I think it was.
Yep.
And I think we got a fairly good quality, really. Yep. I think it wasn't too bad. This time, we're gonna do it again, but I'm gonna leave it for a little bit and try and get plenty of videos.
All right. So you're not scrambling around every week.
Sorry?
You don't want to be scrambling around every week to try and get 1 or 2 at the last minute.
No, because I don't want to rush it out and people think, this is just an odd job.
Yeah. So suppose you're better picked in 30 videos.
Yeah, what I probably won't do this time is I probably won't do it as a weekly thing, because it was just really stressful. It was like getting back on a Friday night after work, and my wife was like, will you sit down and have a coffee and move the kids? And I was like, hang on, I've got to get this out for 8 o'clock, and it was just impossible. But no, I managed it. But no, this time I'll probably just do it like a fairly regular thing and just try and post it as soon as I can, but I won't set a specific hour, time or date or anything. It's just not healthy.
Yeah, well, wait till you get enough stuff in, and then you can pick the best and take it from there.
No, with that. Sorry, but hang on a sec.
No problem.
Visit by the family.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Let's say hello.
So, hello.
Sorry.
Hiya.
You gotta say hello, Ethan. You go with Mum.
Ethan.
You go with Mum while I do this.
So anyway, it's nice to see the family there. So, just to kind of wrap it up a wee bit, you're basically now, you've set this forum up and you're obviously looking for people to come to the forum and contribute, and there's sections within that. People can play their own music and share their own videos.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. I've set up the competition for it's not really a competition, but it's like I want bands to send in some video clips so we can try and get more and more unsigned bands to post up on there. I think I'm going to post some of the old .comedy stuff on there as well, just to try and add a bit of content and just get people speaking about it, really, and get as much movement on there as I can do, really.
Yeah, these things take time, so it's just a case of, as you say, if you put some content on there and that gets people there, when they're there they can hang around a bit and watch some stuff, and then they might feel like contributing more, you know.
Yeah, no, I just need to sit down really one day and just put a lot of content on there and just try and get people talking about it, really.
Yeah.
We'll get there slowly. I only set it up last week, so I can't complain.
Well, as I say, I think you're doing a very good job, and I'm basically very happy to be involved in whatever way I can, chucking videos at you now and again and helping out. And it's good other people are as well, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, cheers, really. No, cheers.
And we'll stick this. I'll stick this on my website, and we can put this on the forum, and people can get a little bit of idea of who you are and see how affable you are and approachable, and hopefully some people.
When I was up in Edinburgh, like people saying, "You're not Howard, are you?" Because they were like they'd seen the photograph on the website, and it was so then they were like, "It's good to actually meet you and see what you sound like and speak to you."
Yeah.
So it was about time to get a few videos posted up, really.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that's great.
Take care and all the best, and we'll maybe have an interview a year from now and see how the empire's expanded then.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, cheers, Billy.
Okay, cheers, man.